What is up guys, back here with another video, and today I am going to be building my first PC. Anyways, let's get started. So the first thing I have, or the processor that I have, is the Ryzen 3rd Gen. This is the Ryzen 3700X overclockable, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It also comes with a cooler too, so I'll be installing that. Okay, so the motherboard that I have is the Asus TUF Gaming X570 Plus, and this supports 1st, 2nd, and 3rd gen. So on the back of the box, it actually says right here, supports 3rd, 2nd, and 1st gen AMD, has Radeon Vega 2 Vega graphics card, also has, I think, a few ports here actually. The first one is DisplayPort, HDMI, and then the combo part that they used to use for mice in the olden days. Next one is the LAN port, 3 USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 port, and 5 headphone jacks. And then that's basically it. It also has some RGB, and yeah, it also has PCI Gen 4. So let's move on to the RAM. So the RAM that I have is 32 gigs. This is from G.Skill Trident and has RGB 2. Yeah, that's basically all for the RAM. Let's move on to the SSD. So the SSD that I'm using is the 1TB 970 EVO NVMe M.2. This is from Samsung, and I heard it has really good read and write speeds. And everything that I'm going to say or use in this video is going to be linked right below the like button. And if you want to go check it out or buy it on your own, it's going to be there. Okay, next one is the graphics card. So the graphics card that I'm using is the 1660 Super from Zodiac Gaming. It's actually really good. 4K gaming, HDR content, VR ready, and AI ready too. So yeah, this is not that expensive too. Let's move on to the power supply and then the case. The power supply that I'm using is the EVGA 750 watts. It's 80 plus gold certified, so I'm good to go actually for the next 14 years. Even if I upgrade my GPU to, let's say 1380 right now. So that's good to go. Okay, now it's the case. Okay, so the case that I'm using is the Corsair Spec Delta actually. Pretty good looking case, 3 RGB fans up there for intake and 1 for outtake. Also has 2 USB 3.0 ports up here, power off, headphone jack, and reset button. So that's pretty good. Also tempered glass right here, kind of smoky glass actually. Not that seeable, but whatever. Okay, so now let's unbox the motherboard. Oh my god, that actually looks really good. Let's see what else in here. I think this is the BIOS driver. It's gonna be put aside. User guide. I have no idea what this is, but I think this is gonna come helpful. And this is the I/O shield with some screws. Okay. So let's take out the motherboard from here. So the CPU slot is right here. RAM. This is actually dual channel. This is where the graphics card goes. I think this is where the built-in graphics card is. Other than that, let's see. Nothing else that I can see. And this is the ports right here. 4 USB 3.0 ports and some really other fast ones right here. HDMI and DisplayPort, and then 5 headphone jacks right here. Okay, so we got the motherboard out on the plastic bag. We just flipped it around. Now let's unbox the CPU. Okay, so what I first see in here, I don't know if you can see it well, but I have the cooler right inside here. We'll put that aside for now. And we have got the CPU itself. So let's open this. Okay. So we got some instruction papers, and oh my god, look how many pins there are in here. I don't know if you can see, but there are so many pins. Okay, opening this, I have to be really careful. There are so many pins that I can bend. And if I bend one, the whole thing just won't work. Okay, this is open now. Ooh, oh my god. So corner to corner, right there. Okay, wait. Now we put, it's supposed to snap, pop, something. Okay, there we go. CPU's in now. Now for the fan. Okay, so now we're gonna open the cooler. There's some plastic on top. Oh my god. I am not expecting this to be this heavy. Okay, there is some thermal paste already applied. Okay, let's see how this goes on. Is this supposed to go on this? I think so. Yeah. So I have installed the CPU, actually CPU cooler, but I really am confused where to plug this cable in, the CPU fan. Here, or these two places right here. I don't know if it works, but once I boot this up, if this doesn't turn on, I'll just switch it around. Yeah, whatever. So now I'm just gonna put the RAM inside. So this is what the RAM looks like. It's pretty cool actually. This says RGB on top, and let's start plugging this in. And remember, this is just dual channel. So this is what the 216 gigabyte RAM look like in the slots, and this is just dual channel. So yeah, and this is actually really hard to put in. And let's move on to the NVMe drive. I think it's supposed to go right here. So let's open that and put that in. So I've got the SSD installed right here, and on my motherboard there's actually two. One right here, and one under this heatsink. I've actually checked under there, it's basically the same thing, but I've heard that right here gives you faster speeds than putting it here. Just as the same thing for graphics card slots. This one gives better speeds than the second one. Okay, so now I think I just have to put this in the case. So we have put the IO shield in the motherboard and the motherboard itself. So this actually looks pretty cool. The RAM's in there, SSD, the CPU cooler, and yeah, all we have to do is just cable management, graphics card, power supply, and yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so let me get back to you when I'm done with the cable management for the top IO, so right here. Anyways, I'll see you then. So I have the motherboard inside the case and all the plugs in, the USB 3.0, the fans right here, and yeah, that's basically it. So now all I have to do is plug in the GPU and put that into the power supply, and also put the power supply inside of here. So that's it, and I was actually having some controversy against this fan. So this fan is actually not bringing that much airflow into the case. So as you see right here, there's like very little air going to it. So not only that, but I didn't have another space for fans or another fan clip on here. But there might be one up here, so I plugged it in right there, if you can see it. But I have no idea if it's gonna work or not. So that fan will just probably be staying like that. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. So let me just put in the GPU now. So the GPU has been installed with the 8-pin connector going all the way to the power supply. And everything's actually all the way hooked up to the power supply, including the CPU, motherboard, and I think the fans, or the graphics card, whatever. But everything's hooked up to that, and all I have to do is cable manage all of this stuff right here, like a rat's nest. It's very messy. Anyways, I'll get back to you when I'm done with all of this. So change of plans, everyone. I am actually just gonna test if the PC case turns on. So let's turn this on. Oh my